He came to discuss policy. She came ready for a confrontation. And when a heated argument about CEO pay turned personal, the Hollywood icon made a move no one in the studio ever saw coming. He walked out. This is the moment The View blew up on live television. The studio looked calm at first, glowing under warm lights. Harrison Ford, composed and rugged as ever, sat across from Joy Behar. Whoopi, Sunny, and Anna smiled politely, the perfect picture of a friendly daytime panel. Joy greeted him with sugary charm, teasing him about wanting to talk economics instead of movies. Harrison answered with his usual dry humor, insisting that some issues mattered more than Hollywood. He spoke about his ranch, fixing fences, staying grounded. The crowd laughed, but beneath the easy banter, a quiet tension waited to ignite. Sunny eventually guided the conversation into deeper waters. She brought up income inequality and asked whether the U.S. should impose a maximum wage cap on CEOs. The energy shifted instantly. Harrison sat up straighter, the audience leaned forward, and the stakes suddenly felt real. He argued calmly that the debate wasn't about punishing success, but about restoring balance. Why should a CEO make 500 times what a factory worker makes? Why should the people at the bottom struggle to feed their families while executives collect bonuses large enough to buy entire neighborhoods? Joy's expression tightened. Her pen tapped sharply against the table. She accused him of wanting government control, of trying to let politicians decide people's worth. Harrison countered that extreme inequality showed that something was broken. The crowd clapped, repeatedly choosing his side, and every round of applause pushed Joy further toward irritation. When she questioned whether he'd ever been responsible for a huge corporation, he met her challenge with a smile. He said he'd worked on countless sets where crews carried the entire production on their backs. You didn't need to run a corporation, he said, to recognize when a system favored the powerful. The audience cheered again. Joy, now visibly agitated, went for the lowest strike, implying his wealth insulated him from real-life struggles, accusing him of preaching morality from a mansion, while everyday Americans faced realities he'd never know. A few audience members groaned. The hosts shifted uncomfortably. Whoopi tried to ease the growing heat, but the damage was already spreading. Harrison's voice dropped its warmth. He told her she knew nothing about his life. Joy snapped back that she didn't need to. His privilege was obvious. She accused him of hypocrisy, of looking down on hard-working Americans while pretending to speak for them. The tension inside the room stretched to a breaking point. Every person in the studio could feel the fuse burning. Harrison stared at her with a cold steadiness. He reminded her he had been invited to discuss ideas, a national issue, a future that affected millions. Slowly, he reached up and unclipped his microphone. The tiny click echoed across the silent studio. He said she wasn't there for ideas. She was there to insult, to twist, to attack, because she couldn't win on substance. Joy tried to cut him off with a mocking remark, but he didn't give her the chance. He stood, voice booming with finality, telling her he wasn't there to be misrepresented for ratings. He gently set his mic on the table, the thud ringing like a gavel. Then he told her she could keep the drama. He wouldn't be part of it. Without another word, he walked off. No glance back, no nod to the crowd. Just a steady stride up the steps and through the backstage curtain, leaving an entire studio paralyzed in disbelief. Joy sat speechless. The other hosts exchanged stunned looks. The audience stared at the empty space he left behind, realizing they had just watched a live television moment that would explode across the country within hours. And just like that, The calm morning show turned into a cultural firestorm. Who was right? Did Joy push too far? Or did Harrison cross a line by walking out? Let the debate begin. Share your thoughts, hit the like button, and subscribe for more explosive moments and honest breakdowns of your favorite shows.